The blue glass floor was now a sea of red fire, and the air smelled like burnt electricity as Vegeta stood in front of Goku. The purple aura around Vegeta was roaring like a wild animal. It was not like the calm blue energy of Super Saiyan blue. It was violent and jagged. It looked like fire made of grapes. The executive took a step back and fixed his red tie. He looked at his cane, which was still vibrating from the impact of Vegeta's punch. The giant eraser made of red code was gone. Vegeta had destroyed it with one hit. The executive looked at the Prince of Saiyans with cold eyes. "You are not in the script," the executive said. His voice was calm, but there was a hint of annoyance in it. "I did not write an entry for you. You are a plot hole." Vegeta laughed, and it was a rough, barking sound. "I do not care about your script," Vegeta said. "I do not care about your rules. I am Vegeta, and I do what I want." Vegeta cracked his neck, and the sound was like a gunshot in the silent room. Goku stood up slowly behind Vegeta. He wiped the dust off his orange pants. He was still in his base form, and he felt heavy. The gravity in this room was strange. It felt like the air was made of water. Every movement was hard. But seeing Vegeta gave him energy. Goku smiled. "You are late," Vegeta Goku said. "I almost got erased." Vegeta did not look back. He kept his eyes on the executive. "You are always getting into trouble," Kakarot Vegeta said. "You are too soft. You let this suit-wearing clown push you around. I am here to show you how a real Saiyan deals with management." The executive tapped his cane on the floor again. The red code on the walls began to spin faster. "This is my world," the executive said. "I control the physics. I control the math. I control the story. If you are not in the script, then I will just delete you." The executive pointed his cane at Vegeta. "Delete command execute." A beam of red light shot out of the cane. It was not a laser. It was a stream of zeros and ones that were designed to unmake reality. Vegeta did not dodge. He did not block. He just stood there and let the beam hit him in the chest. Boom! There was an explosion of red light. Smoke covered Vegeta. The other warriors watched with wide eyes. Naruto tried to stand up, but his legs were still weak. "Did he get hit on purpose?" Naruto asked. "That is crazy." The smoke cleared. Vegeta was still standing there. His armor was cracked. There was a burn mark on his chest, but he was smiling. The purple aura flared up and got bigger. "Is that all you have?" Vegeta asked. The executive looked shocked. His eyes went wide. "That command should have erased your file," the executive said. "Why are you still here?" Vegeta took a step forward. The glass floor cracked under his boot. "Because of my power," Vegeta said. "This is ultra ego. The more damage I take, the stronger I get. Your attack did not hurt me. It just gave me fuel." Vegeta vanished. He moved so fast that the code in the air could not track him. He appeared in front of the executive. Vegeta punched the executive in the stomach. The executive bent over. He gasped. Spit flew from his mouth, but it was not normal spit. It was blue pixels. Vegeta grabbed the executive by the collar of his expensive suit. He headbutted him. Bam! The executive flew backward and crashed into a wall of floating text. The text shattered like glass. The executive fell to the floor. He groaned. He touched his nose. It was bleeding blue light. "You hit me," the executive whispered. "I am the author. You cannot hit the author." Vegeta walked toward him. "I just did," Vegeta said, "and I am going to do it again." The executive stood up. He was angry now. His calm face twisted into a snarl. "You are a glitch," he shouted. "You are a virus. I will purge you from the system." The executive raised both hands. The room started to shake. The red code turned black. The floor began to ripple like a liquid. Goku felt the change. The air was getting heavier. It was hard to breathe. "Vegeta, watch out," Goku yelled. "He is changing the environment." The executive clapped his hands. "Scene change," the executive yelled. Suddenly the room disappeared. The blue glass and the red code vanished. They were standing in a volcano. Lava was flowing everywhere. The heat was intense. Ash fell from the sky. "This is the lava stage," the executive said. "The heat here is 10 million degrees. You will melt." Vegeta looked at the lava. He scoffed. "I train in gravity chambers that are harder than this," Vegeta said. He flew at the executive again, but the executive was ready this time. He typed on the air. "Edit speed," the executive said. Suddenly, Vegeta slowed down. He was moving in slow motion. His punch was moving at a snail's pace. "I lowered your speed stat to 0, the executive said. Vegeta struggled. He tried to push through the invisible jelly that was holding him back. His veins popped out on his forehead. He was pushing with all his might, but he was stuck in time. The executive walked around Vegeta. He poked Vegeta in the forehead. "You are too slow," the executive said. He kicked Vegeta in the ribs. Vegeta flew into a pool of lava. Splash! The lava swallowed him. Goku screamed, "Vegeta!" Goku tried to fly, but he was also slow. The speed nerf affected everyone. The other warriors were stuck in place. Luffy was frozen in mid-step. Ichigo was stuck reaching for his sword. The executive laughed. It was a cruel sound. "I control the stats," he said. "I can make you fast, or I can make you slow. I can make you strong, or I can make you weak. I am God here." Suddenly, the lava pool exploded. A pillar of purple light shot up into the sky. The lava evaporated. Vegeta rose from the crater. He was covered in magma, but it was dripping off his aura. He looked furious. His eyebrows were gone. His hair was longer and purple. His eyes were pure purple. He looked like a destroyer god. "You cannot control me," Vegeta roared. He burst through the speed limit. The air shattered. He was fast again. He punched the executive in the face. The executive flew back. How the executive screamed, "I set your speed to 0. Vegeta landed on a rock. "I burned through your math," Vegeta said. "My power destroys everything, even your rules. Power of destruction is not just blowing things up. It destroys concepts. I destroyed the rule that was holding me back." The executive wiped his face. He looked at his hand. It was glitching. His suit was torn. He looked at Vegeta with hatred. "Fine," the executive said. "If I cannot change your stats, I will change the genre." The volcano disappeared. The world shifted again. Now they were in a dark forest. It was black and white. There was no color. Spooky music played from the trees. "This is a horror movie," the executive said. "In a horror movie, the monster always wins. And I am the monster." The executive grew. His suit ripped. He turned into a giant shadow beast with glowing red eyes. He was 50 feet tall. He had claws as big as cars. He roared and the trees shook. Goku looked up at the giant monster. "This guy has a lot of tricks," Goku said. "He is not just strong. He can change reality." Goku closed his eyes. He needed to focus. He needed to find a way to break through the illusion. He felt the energy of the others. They were scared. They were confused. But they were still there. Goku opened his eyes. He looked at Vegeta. Vegeta was already flying at the giant monster. Vegeta fired a blast of purple energy. Gallic gun. The purple beam hit the monster in the chest. But the monster just absorbed it. In a horror movie, attacks do not work on the ghost. The executive voice boomed from the monster. "You have to run." The monster swiped its giant claw. It hit Vegeta. Vegeta crashed through 10 trees. He hit the ground hard. He coughed up blood. "This is annoying," Vegeta said. He stood up. He wiped his mouth. "I hate horror movies. They are boring." Goku flew over to Vegeta. "Are you okay?" Goku asked. Vegeta pushed him away. I am fine, Kakarot. Do not touch me. We need a plan, Goku said. We cannot just punch him. He controls the world. Every time we attack, he changes the rules. Vegeta looked at the giant shadow. Then we have to hit him so hard that he cannot change the rules, Vegeta said. We have to break the game. Goku nodded. That sounds like a plan, Goku said. But I need time to charge up. Can you buy me some time? Vegeta scoffed. Do not make me wait too long, Kakarot, or I will finish him myself. Vegeta flew back into the sky. He yelled at the monster. Hey, ugly. Look at me. The monster turned its head. You again, the monster said. You are persistent. Vegeta fled his aura. I am just getting started, Vegeta said. He put his hands together. A ball of destruction energy formed. It was small, but it was very dense. It looked like a black hole. Hakai Ball, Vegeta yelled. He threw the ball. It flew at the monster. The monster tried to grab it, but the ball dissolved the monster's hand. The monster screamed. My hand. It hurts. The monster looked at its stump. The black energy was spreading. It was eating the shadow. You can feel pain, Vegeta laughed. That means you are not invincible. While Vegeta distracted the monster, Goku landed on the ground. He stood in a clearing. He took a deep breath. He needed to go beyond his limits. He needed to reach the level he used against the Alpha, but even higher. He needed to tap into the true nature of his power. He thought about his friends. He thought about Chi-Chi and Goten. He thought about Pan. He clenched his fists. The ground began to shake. Small rocks started to float. A silver light appeared around Goku's feet. It traveled up his legs. It covered his body. His hair stood up. It turned silver. His eyes turned silver. But this time it was different. There was a giant avatar forming behind him. But it was not just a spirit construct. It was condensing. The giant avatar shrank down and merged with Goku. Goku muscles grew. His shirt ripped off. His silver hair grew longer. He looked like a wild beast. True ultra instinct. The forest began to shake. The black and white world started to crack. Color was returning. The sheer pressure of Goku's energy was breaking the horror movie illusion. The executive looked down. He saw the silver light. What is that? The executive said. That power level. It is off the charts. It is breaking the immersion. Goku looked up. He did not say anything. He just jumped. He did not fly. He jumped so hard that the ground exploded. He was instantly in front of the monster's face. Goku punched the monster in the nose. Crack. The monster's head snapped back. The giant shadow form shattered like glass. The executive fell out of the shadow. He was back in his human form. He fell through the air and crashed onto the forest floor. The forest disappeared. They were back in the red code room. The executive lay on the floor. He was breathing hard. His suit was in tatters. He looked up. Goku and Vegeta stood over him. Goku was glowing silver. Vegeta was glowing purple. They looked like two gods of destruction. You lose, Goku said. Put us back. Restore our worlds. The executive started to laugh. It was a low chuckle at first. Then it became a loud maniacal laugh. He stood up. He brushed the digital dust off his knees. You think you won, he said. You think because you punched me that you won. You silly characters. You do not understand. I am not just a person. I am the system. As long as the show continues, I cannot die. The executive raised his hand. A keyboard appeared, but this one was different. It was gold. He started to type very fast. I admitted you are strong, the executive said. Stronger than I thought. So I will not fight you anymore. I will just cancel you. He pressed a button. A giant window appeared in the air. It said, Are you sure you want to delete series? Yes or no? The executive moved his finger toward the yes button. If I press this, Everything ends, the executive said. You, your friends, your world. The story ends. The screen goes black. Goku and Vegeta froze. They could not punch a menu screen. They did not know what to do. Wait, a voice shouted. It was not Goku. It was not Vegeta. It was Naruto. Naruto was standing up. He was leaning on Sasuke. No, wait. He was leaning on his own knees. He looked tired, but his eyes were burning. You cannot cancel us, Naruto said. Why not, the executive asked. Because people are watching, Naruto said. He pointed at the sky. Look. The executive looked up. In the sky above the code there were millions of eyes. Giant eyes looking down. They were the audience. As long as they are watching, you cannot stop the show, Naruto said. The story lives in them, not in your machine. The executive looked at the eyes. He looked nervous. He saw the view count. It was rising. He saw the likes. They were increasing. No, he whispered. This is my story. I control it. You do not control anything, Luffy shouted. Luffy stretched his neck. He was standing too. A story belongs to the adventurer, not the map maker. All the warriors were standing up now. Ichigo held his broken sword. Saitama was picking his ear. Gojo was smiling. Jinwoo had his shadow swirling around him. We are not just data, Gojo said. We are the hype, and you cannot kill the hype. The executive began to shake. He was angry. He was scared. He slammed his fist on the keyboard. Silence, he screamed. I will ban you all. I will ban the audience. I will destroy the platform. He pressed a big red button on the keyboard. The room turned white. A high-pitched noise filled the air. It was the sound of a server crashing. The ground began to delete itself. The warriors fell into the white void. Goku reached out and grabbed Vegeta's hand. Vegeta grabbed Naruto's hand. They formed a chain. They were falling into nothingness. Goku looked around. Everything was white. There was no up or down. Is this it? Goku asked. Did we get cancelled? Vegeta looked around. No, Vegeta said. I can still feel my ki. If we were deleted, we would feel nothing. Suddenly, a voice spoke to them. It was not the executive. It was a new voice. A deeper voice. A voice that sounded like it came from the beginning of time. It is not over, the voice said. Goku looked around. Who is there? Goku asked. A light appeared in the distance. It was a golden light. It was warm. The executive is just a program, the voice said. He is the filter. But there is something beyond the filter. There is the core. The warriors floated toward the light. As they got closer, they saw a shape. It was a giant dragon. But it was not Shenron. It was not Baronga. It was a dragon made of pure golden data. It had scales that looked like computer chips. It had eyes that looked like screens. I am the guardian of the law, the dragon said. The executive has gone rogue. He is trying to destroy the archives. You must stop him. But he is too strong, Goku said. He controls reality. The dragon shook its head. He controls the code, the dragon said. But you possess something he does not. You have will. Will can rewrite code. I will give you access to the admin privileges. The dragon opened its mouth. A beam of golden light shot out. It hit Goku and Vegeta. It hit all 10 warriors. They felt a surge of power. It was not just Kai. It was knowledge. They suddenly understood how the world worked. They saw the lines of code that made up their bodies. They saw the math that made up their fireballs. They understood the simulation. Goku looked at his hand. It was glowing gold. I get it now, Goku said. I can see the matrix. Vegeta smirked. He looked at his fist. So we just have to rewrite the script ourselves, Vegeta said. I like the sound of that. The white void shattered. They were back in the room with the executive. The executive was staring at the blank white space where he had deleted them. He was smiling. Finally, he said, "It is quiet." He turned around to leave, but then he stopped. He heard a sound. It was the sound of a pen writing on paper. Scratch, scratch. He turned back around. The white void was filling up with drawings. The drawings turned into 3D shapes. The shapes turned into the warriors. They were back, and they were glowing with a golden outline. How the executive screamed. "I deleted you. I emptied the recycle bin." Goku stepped forward. He was in his base form, but he was glowing gold. "The admin sent us back," Goku said, "and we have new permissions." The executive stepped back. "No," he said. "That is impossible. Only I have admin access." "Not anymore," Vegeta said. Vegeta raised his hand. He did not fire a blast. He just swiped his hand in the air like he was swiping a screen. A window appeared in front of the executive. It said, "Error. Access denied." The executive looked at the window. "What is this?" he asked. "Why is my system locking me out?" "Because we are rewriting the story," Naruto said. Naruto made a hand sign. Shadow clone jutsu. But instead of clones appearing, lines of code appeared. The code formed into thousands of Narutos, but they were made of gold data. They surrounded the executive. Luffy stretched his arm, but his arm turned into a cursor, a giant mouse cursor. "I'm going to click you," Luffy said. He poked the executive. The executive felt a shock. He fell to his knees. "Stop it," he yelled. "You are ruining the canon." Saitama walked up to the executive. He looked at the executive's tie. "Your tie is crooked," Saitama said. He reached out and fixed the tie. But when he touched it, the tie turned into a banana. The executive looked down. "A banana," he shouted. "Why am I wearing a banana?" "Because it is funny," Saitama said. "And I am a gag character. I can change the tone of the scene." The executive ripped the banana off. "This is madness," he screamed. "I am the serious villain. You cannot make jokes." Goku walked closer. "It is over," Goku said. "We are taking back our worlds." The executive looked up at Goku. His eyes were full of fear. But then they changed. The fear turned into something else, something darker. "You think you have won," the executive whispered. "You think because the Guardian gave you some cheats that you can beat me? I built this place. I know back doors that even the Guardian does not know." The executive reached into his pocket. He pulled out a small black disc. It looked like an old floppy disk, but it was radiating a dark purple energy. "Do you know what this is?" the executive asked. Goku stopped. He felt a bad energy coming from the disc. It felt like pure evil. "That is the original virus," the executive said. "The corruption. It destroys not just code but memories. If I plug this in, everyone will forget you ever existed. It will wipe the collective memory of the universe. You will become a blank slate." Goku's eyes went wide. "Don't do it," Goku yelled. He lunged forward, but the executive was too fast. He jammed the disc into his own chest. The executive screamed. His body began to twist. The grey suit melted. His skin turned black. Red lines appeared all over his body. His eyes turned into black voids. He grew taller. Spikes burst out of his back. He was not a man anymore. He was not a monster. He was a living glitch. The room started to dissolve. The blue glass turned into static. The air turned into noise. The golden aura around the warrior started to flicker. "He is corrupting the server," Ainz shouted. "Our admin privileges are failing. We are losing connection." Goku looked at his hands. The golden glow was fading. Vegeta fell to one knee. His ultra ego was deactivating. "He is draining our power," Vegeta said. "The corruption is eating the energy." The glitch monster roared. The sound was like a screeching modem. It hurt their ears. "Die," the monster said, but the voice was distorted. Did, die. Goku stood up. He was shaking. He felt his power leaving him, but he did not give up. We have to finish this now, Goku said. Before we lose everything, everyone. Give me your energy. Not for a spirit bomb, but for a system reboot. We have to overload him with so much raw power that the corruption crashes. Can we do that? Jinwoo asked. It is risky. If we fail, we get deleted for real. Goku smiled. It was his classic grin. Since when do we care about risks? Goku said. We are anime characters. We do the impossible every week. Vegeta stood up. He smirked. He put his hand on Goku's shoulder. Fine, Kakarot, Vegeta said. Just do not miss. The others gathered around. Luffy, Naruto, Ichigo, Saitama, Gojo, Ainz, Rimuru, Anos, Jinwoo. They all placed their hands on Goku. They poured everything they had into him. Ki, Haki, Chakra, Reiatsu, magic, cursed energy. It all flowed into Goku. Goku screamed. The power was too much. His body started to crack. Golden light shot out of his eyes and mouth. He was becoming a living sun. He floated up into the air. The glitch monster looked at him. It tried to fire a beam of static, but the static burned away before it touched Goku. Goku raised his fist. It was glowing with all the colors of the rainbow. This is for our future, Goku yelled. Universal reset punch. Goku flew at the monster. The monster tried to block, but Goku's fist went right through the block. It hit the monster in the center of its chest, right where the disc was. There was a moment of silence. Time stood still. Then everything turned white. The whiteness expanded. It covered the room. It covered the darkness. It covered the universe. When the light faded, Goku was lying on the ground. He was back in the blue glass room. The monster was gone. The executive was gone. The red code was gone. The room was blue and calm. The other warriors were lying on the floor. They were waking up. Did we win? Naruto asked. He rubbed his head. Goku sat up. He looked around. It feels different, Goku said. The air feels lighter. Suddenly, the wooden door appeared again. The office door. Goku stood up. He got into a fighting stance. Is he back? Vegeta asked. The door opened, but it was not the executive. A woman stepped out. She was wearing a white suit. She had kind eyes and long blue hair. She looked like an angel. She walked over to them. Congratulations, she said. You have successfully debugged the system. Who are you? Goku asked. I am the new administrator, she said. The Guardian sent me. The executive has been quarantined. He will not bother you again. She waved her hand. Portals opened behind the warriors, 10 portals, one for each of them. It is time for you to go home, she said. Your worlds are waiting. Goku looked at the portal. He could see his house. He could see Chi-Chi cooking. He smiled. He looked at Vegeta. We did it, Vegeta, Goku said. Vegeta crossed his arms. Vegeta grunted. It was a decent warm-up. The warriors said their goodbyes. They had fought together. They had saved reality. They were brothers now. One by one, they walked into their portals. Luffy waved. Naruto gave a thumbs up. Saitama just walked in, scratching his head. Goku was the last one left. He looked at the administrator. Will we see them again? Goku asked. The administrator smiled. The multiverse is a big place, she said, and the audience loves a crossover. Anything is possible. Goku laughed. He put 2 fingers to his forehead. See ya, he said. He jumped into the portal. The portal closed. The room was empty. The administrator looked at the screen. It showed the words, End of Season 1. She smiled. She reached out and pressed a button. Upload, she said. But just as the screen faded to black, a small red light started to blink in the corner of the room. A small piece of the black disc was still there, hidden under the glass. It pulsed with a weak purple light. It was not gone. The corruption was still there, waiting. and in the silence, a faint mechanical whisper could be heard. Rebooting. To be continued in the next saga of Anime War.